the team that's going to kick themselves the most after last night, the Jazz or the Sixers?
It's going to be the Sixers. They were up 26. The Jazz would be second, and I would put Milwaukee third on that list. So even though Milwaukee played, a Nets team that Harden was clearly not himself, it's still Kevin Durant. So you're losing to a guy having a tremendous performance, and we all know that he's capable of it. I mean, come on, if you're Utah, you're showing up for work in your own building, and Kawhi Leonard's not going to play. And then if you're Philadelphia up 26, how about the way they played down the stretch of that game? I mean, the numbers are off the charts. Think about it, Dan. The fourth quarter of the last two games, Embiid is 1 for 10, and Tobias Harris is 0 for 5, and Ben Simmons has not attempted a shot in the fourth quarter of games 4 and 5. That's remarkable.
Do you have to take him off the floor now late in games?
I think you do. I think once the Hawks get to that fourth foul, I think you got to take him out. If I were Atlanta, I'm not going to intentionally foul to get to my fifth foul, but once I get 4, I don't care which quarter it's in, I'm going to foul him because you could tell it's clearly in his head and it's affecting the Sixers. And the fact that they're going to be on the road, Ben Simmons, I give him credit for this. At least he faced the music last night. He was in front of the media, and to the media's credit, they asked him a lot of questions about his shooting and specifically his free throw shooting. And he stood there and he answered all the questions. Embiid did not meet with the media, but Simmons has to do something. This is now becoming it's one thing for it to happen during the regular season, occasionally in the playoffs. Somebody had a great stat, Dan, that he's already missed more free throws in 10 playoff games, I think it's 45, than Steve Nash missed in his entire career in the playoffs. He missed 44. This guy's already missed 45 in the playoffs. It's hard to believe.
And I know Doc Rivers is trying to say the right thing about Ben Simmons, and he's a unique player, and he's a great player, but I can't you're not a superstar and a liability. You can't be both walking on the floor in the same game.
Yeah. I also think, Shaq struggled with free throws, but you never had the feeling that Shaq was nervous about going to the free throw line. And I think the same thing is true of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's not a good free throw shooter. Giannis isn't worried in those moments. But when you're not taking a single shot in the fourth quarter of the last two games, when your team blew an 18-point lead and a 25-point lead or a 26-point lead, what does that tell you? To me, it's like I don't want to use the word afraid, but it seems like he's afraid to step up to the free throw line and take those shots. That has got to be a major concern. But you're right about Doc. Doc's doing the right thing. He's going to stand by his player. But this is up to Ben Simmons. He has to figure this out somehow.